Hi, hello, and welcome to Free Journal Friday. Free Journal Friday is a lot more than just free journals per se. It's actually a lot more to do with who we are and what we stand for. Um, as you can probably tell right now, I'm spewing nonsense. That's the word I'm looking for. It's because I am currently doing all of the things, all the early live stream things. Alrighty. We got Free Journal Friday, yeah. Yeah. It's posted in school. Alrighty, alrighty. We're in. We got three people. Three people in the chat. In the shot. We're live, by the way. Sir Nick. Sire Nick. Happy Friday. You like my set choice? Yeah, no, that's actually not a set. I know that you probably think this is a set. But no, I'm in a galaxy far away where there are planets that are legitimately right next to each other, if you can tell. No, so it's pretty cool. There we go.
Close to Kyle. We're in the same area. Um, but I can actually see him from where I am.
Same vibe for sure.
Definitely the same vibe.
No, one of the things I've noticed a lot about people these days, and it's something that I don't like, is that they think that they know our next move. And the reality is that no one knows our next move.
We don't even know our next move.
And that's the point.
That's the
And that's the point.
okay.
Oh,
All right. Do you need help with the Facebook stuff? Sorry, I'm
no, I got it.
a little late.
Um,
Some days I forget to eat.
Me too.
I have to scarf food before the live stream.
What is say my name? No, just say my name. That's the rule for Pre-Journal Friday. It's just all you got to do is say your name.
Man, what a week it's been.
What an absolute week it has been.
Some really exciting things have happened in the Heroes Journal this week. And I wanted to talk about them real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thing one, um, in our school community, oh, many of you here in the live stream are part of it. We have surpassed 1,000 members in school, which is cool. You might not know this, but that's a private group, which means we have to allow every single person into it, and it's not just like an open group. People can come in and join. And so I just think that's cool that we had not only 1,000 people become members, but we had 1,000 people apply, at least 1,000 people, I guess. We let them in. Many of them, I think about a fourth of the group, according to school, is active or has been active in the last few days. And so that's really cool. You don't typically get that. And I just wanted to say, if you're part of that school group, especially if you are active in the school group, thank you for making that a special place, for putting effort, in a time where it feels like anytime you look at any social media, it's just like slop, or it's just like heavily influenced by an algorithm, or there's like AI arts, everywhere. Just like it's just like slop. The thing I like about the school group, I was telling Kyle about this. It feels like the early days of like Facebook or MySpace or social media, where it was still kind of exciting because there wasn't tons of advertising, and there wasn't like this algorithm that was sort of set for you. It was just like chronological posts from people you know, uh, and then you could comment and like stuff. Like it's just very simple. And so I don't know. Not that it's like a social media platform. It's not really what school is, but it just has that same kind of like excitement about it. You know, I feel like I'm checking in with my friends. I don't feel like I don't know, doom scrolling, I guess. So
Yeah.
anyway, I
No, I
don't know.
said the same thing to Nick earlier today about similar thing. But there's no like controversial freeway that you're getting off of to get to the community. You just go, you open up a browser and you just type in school and you're there. And then everyone there is like in a pretty good mood. And you're just like, look at that. Look at all of us just in a good mood. Um, it's a pretty rare thing to find these days.
It's true. So that's thing number one. Thing number two is that we have the first 7 days of the recession quest, is what we're calling it, published. Um, we don't quite have the PDF yet. Actually, we might. I think we do have it. We don't have a poster yet for the whole thing because we're
Yeah,
gonna do it as an ad, but I think we can probably just post that in school right now, or I don't know. Is that early?
it's early.
All right.
Someone said doom schooling, and I think that squalling is really funny. I'm doom squalling.
Wallowing. Can you toss me the link for the chat? I realize that I'm just flying blind here.
Oh,
I got no one to talk to.
yeah, it's kind of like our thing. So like, no, you can
Okay.
like,
You can just read me the chat then.
yeah. So you guys type, and I'll read it to Nick, and then
Uh,
Nick will type it back to you.
well, I'll tell you and then you type it back to them.
Yeah, yeah.
You just gotta listen and type at the same time. Thanks, man.
I'm looking rather Chris Evans today. I'll take that. Hey, that's a good day for Kyle.
Yeah. I'll take
Yeah, I think I'll do that.
that. Okay. Sometimes you do get Chris Evans. Sometimes you get a little Jake Gyllenhaal. Sometimes you get a little John Krasinski.
You know, it truly is whatever day of the week it is, you know?
Yeah.
Not all bad things. And I have never gotten something that was like hurtful.
No.
You know, I've learned though, like the problem with looking like a lot of celebrities is that you kind of look like no one, you know? Like if someone was like, you look like Jeff Goldblum, I'd be like, okay, I look like a specific human being. And now I'd feel better versus like the generic, like famous white guy they just like throw into movies, you know?
I mean, someone did just say that you look like Chris Evans, which is pretty specific.
Yeah, but Chris Evans himself is not that specific. Whereas Jeff Goldblum
Hey,
is
don't get mistaken for any celebrities ever.
you do.
I don't. Name a celebrity that I look like.
I'm not a celebrity guy, so I wouldn't know. But
I don't
I'm
look.
sure somebody said you look like a celebrity.
No. What I typically get, got this. I actually got this yesterday. I had the most insane interaction with this guy. I was on a call, like fully on a call, and he walked up to me and he does this. I was like, I'm on a call. I never met this person. And so he like went away. And I was like, that was weird. And then after the call, he came back up to me. He's like, oh, I'm so sorry, man. Like, it's good to see you. I was like, I'm sorry. I'm like, I think you might have me mistaken for someone else. And he's like, no. He's like, no, we met before. He's like, do you ever like have you ever played pool at this one pool hall downtown? I was like maybe once. He's like, that was it. He's like, your name's Griffin. I was like, no. I was like, dude, I was like, you are being so confident about this thing that I know for a fact has never happened.
Yeah.
So that's what I get, Kyle.
You look like a guy. You look like a guy in Austin named Griffin. Hey Griffin, if you're out there, you might have a long lost twin.
Yeah, hit me up.
Novapax just said two really funny things. Novapax, the first thing is being hot is generic, which is a funny thing to say. But the second thing is, Nick, you look like you're in a Midwest emo band, which I don't know if that's a compliment or a diss.
It's a
But
huge,
what?
it's a huge compliment. I love Midwestern emo music.
You are from the Midwest. and you do like emo music. So
Yeah. I literally found a brand new Midwest emo song this week.
really, wait, is Midwestern emo like a genre?
Yeah.
It's like
Not keeping that down.
specifically like Kansas emo music.
No, it's Midwest. It's Midwestern.
Is what is Midwestern?
It's like it just has like a specific sound to it. It's like a lot more. There's like really typically like really fast and sort of I would say expressive guitar lead lines that are like pretty technical. I don't want to say they're quite like metal like intensity, but like there's some pretty complicated syncopation if Midwestern emo specifically. You have like a very particular whiny, I guess that'd be the right, soulful but whiny kind of like voice to it. I don't know. If
Is
anyone listens to Midwest emo, you can tell me if I'm on track. I understand Midwestern emo to be like American baseball, I think is like one of the classic.
would Hippocampus count as that?
Maybe
Because
some other songs. I don't know. I don't know them well enough to know.
Nova Pack said it's sad lyrics over happy music. Is
Yeah, that's
yeah.
pretty good. I'm gonna look. This is a not a very well-known band, so I'm gonna give them some love. If you want a taste of what Midwestern emo is,
So is Midwestern emo like the Midwest taking a hard stance on not being country music? They're like, we're not country, we're Midwestern emo. Would that be a
no.
because when I think of the Midwest, I think of like Luke Bryan.
Yeah, this is actually a very good comment from Jenna here. Midwestern emo is specific in the sense that the way that yacht rock is specific. Yeah, twinkly math rock. These are such good explanations. You guys don't even need help. Uh, if you want to hear a new song and support an upcoming band, this is like new Midwestern emo music, which you don't get a lot of anymore. The band is a band just called Computer. Just Computer. The song I've been listening to all week is called All in My Head, and it's a lot of fun. I don't know if we're allowed to play it on the stream, but
Yeah, we'll get copyrighted because actually the Heroes Journal is just a business that supports this live stream, and this live stream is really our main revenue source. We make a gajillion dollars a year on AdSense. So,
yeah.
um,
Um,
by the way, we have a new member today. We have Lynx Alexander.
What up, Lynx?
First FJF watcher.
That's surprising because I know that Lynx is on what journal 10, 11. I also think Lynx
Could
is
be a
in.
different Lynx. Is it the same link?
Could be.
Lynx. Because here's the thing. If this is true, then we get to say something that is such a fun thing to say, and we don't get to say it very often. Because Lynx would then be the definition of long-time journaler, first-time watcher. And that's exciting.
That's exciting.
I think it's one of my favorite joke formats.
Long time X, first time X.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good format. Anyway, yeah, if it's the Lynx I'm thinking of from the Heroes Guild and such, Lynx is a veteran journaler. And I believe that Lynx is outside the US. I think Lynx is in somewhere in South America, but I'm not sure. I could be wrong. I'm just making up a bunch of things about you and apparently telling them to everyone. Sorry about
this. The first person to raise their hand, Nick and I are just going to make up lore about you. We're just going to say you're from a certain place. We're going to say the number of journals that you've done. We're going to say your vertical. We're going to give you your NFL combine stats. So, yeah, if you want that, that's what we're selling.
Well, if you're in the school group, Lynx has commented this before, so it's not necessarily private information. But I'll say this. This is one thing that I will say publicly about Lynx, if it is the right Lynx. I'd be surprised if there was two Lynx, but I once asked in the school group, I made a post about, show me your completed Heroes Journals collection. Not only did Lynx have a ton of completed Heroes journals and also like freebies and printouts, pages, Lynx also posted the name of every single act one, two, and three from like all of the journals. And the names for each were so good. They were so telling. It was so well written. I was like, this is a very special part of the hero's journal that I don't see highlighted a lot when people like are reflecting on their journeys. It's just like the names of each of these acts are really great. So, welcome, Links. Very fun. Very, very fun. Okay. We got some things to share today, don't we?
Sorry?
We have some things to share. I'm sorry to interrupt you. What you're doing.
I was trying to find the post.
Then can you just search like links and then find you can look at the contributions, right?
Okay, yes. I did find links,
Mhm.
but it could be a different links.
Links
It
did
is
just come here today.
we have comment. Okay.
Is me.
Longtime journaler, first time watcher. Confirmed.
Oh my god, that's the whole reason you did that. Okay. Well,
So we can show recession quest page.
yeah, we just got the final, not final. We just got the most recent installation of Recession Quest pages. And frankly, guys, these are too good to keep to ourselves. Ryan spent all week on these additional pages, and they are just a hoot and a holler. Kyle, do you want me to share?
No, I got it.
Okay.
I already got it. I got it loaded up.
Do the full one so we can just scroll through it.
I did.
Perfect. And then if you can zoom, I don't know if you're able to zoom in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get me in there. Did you zoom in? Okay, there we go. You can do more. We can zoom in more.
While I'm here though, I can't see the chat. So if you're in the chat and you're like, where's my reading of comments? I can't see.
I'm watching the chat. I'll watch the chat and respond to the chat. You just give us like a full on tour of these pages.
Welcome to Recession Quest. You see, every page has a fun little story.
Actually, oh sorry. Can you do the one with the quests in them?
Sure.
I want to show folks.
Here's what it looks like to have a filled-in Recession Quest. Daily side quests will be things that include, but are not limited to, make your favorite hot drink.
We can stop this now. Yeah, so all the side quests are already posted in school. Once we send this PDF out, there's a hyperlink in each of the side quests that will take you straight to the thread. Look at that. In the school group. So you won't get lost. If you're wanting to play along. You can see all the posts that heroes have already thrown into the school group, even though we haven't sent out these pages yet, which is amazing of them. We haven't given out the PDFs yet, Victoria, but here are the art pieces for you to color, for you to enjoy. We showed this one last week, but a little refresher. This is a new one. This is for the cancel culture side quest. For those who canceled subscriptions this week. That's right. This is I think we also showed this last week. But a fun little, it's the struggle meal one.
This one's a crazy reveal right here. Oh, trying to fix something? Wha-bam!
That's right. This is the upcycle quest. So this is all about finding things in your home that maybe are abandoned and repurposing them, giving them new life. And I mean, what a charming little robot. I mean, when Brian showed us this, Kyle and I were blown away. We're like, this is Pixar wishes they could make this. Yeah, so pretty sweet. I don't think we saw this one last week, right? So this is one of my favorite ones. This is for the window shopping or the ghost shopping side quest. A little quick shout out to Jeff, who I think is our current leader for having the most expensive cart.
This quote is such a banger.
What do you got?
Recreational shopping is the shortest distance between 2 points. You and broke. That's amazing.
What a banger. Uh, wait, hold on. Because I want to highlight some of the absolute intricacies of this piece here. So not only did Ryan put together a fun little scene of you at like a scary grocery store, or I guess toy shop, so to speak, but look at the look at the shelves. The eagle-eyed heroes will notice that there is a little action figure for Booster on the shelf, a little action figure for one of the climbers on the shelf. And I just think this is lovely. I hope to see some fantastic coloring. If you guys print this out and color it, or maybe you are a color on the computer or iPad kind of person, please give that one some love. That's right. The toys are references. Now this one's fantastic. This one's all about um, basically writing a fictional tale about a temptation that you overcame. Maybe a sweet treat, maybe some unnecessary spending that you were tempted to do but didn't. And look at how thoughtful this piece of art is. We have a little siren song going on. We have you in the boat with some earmuffs on because so we can't hear the siren song. He's just sailing along, sailing right past. Um, it's just fun. And I honestly love the top left illustration. I love this like hamburger ad. And he's like, I can't, not today.
I want to, but I can't.
So I hope you guys are loving it. And then this one is just, I mean, what a love letter. What a love letter. What is this side quest? Is this one the oh, this one's fun. This is the one where you go around your house and find loose change or your apartment or whatever. Look under couch cushions, look in the junk drawer, piggy bank, whatever. Post in school how much you find. You know, maybe some other treasures. Not all treasure is monetary necessarily. So this one's pretty fun. I love you looking under the couch cushions, finding a coin. And of course, the callback to Orgs McDurgle. Now, Kyle, can you tell people why that idol thing is so special? The little Korgs guy.
How about this? I'll tell everyone why that Korgs guy is so special at the end of the live stream. But if anyone has an LOI journal in front of them or in the room with them, you can tell me why that Korg statue is so important.
You know what's so crazy is I think I am in the chapter.
No way.
Yeah. Which is a hint. I literally was working through it yesterday. Pretty crazy.
But yeah, I will tell them, but I just feel like, why would I rob you of that moment? I'm not a robber of moments. Did you find it?
Me? Or
Yeah.
someone else?
Did
Oh,
you?
yeah. Yeah. Am I going to show the page?
No, not right now.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, Recession Quest page, a little callback to, it's actually in a lot of journals, but definitely a callback to LOI. And I just love it. I think Ryan had a lot of fun with these. They're very, reflective of the side quests themselves. And I feel like we're getting through this together, making it fun. Something that's not so fun. So thank you to those of you who have already posted in school, who have already interacted, who have populated those threads, being the brave people to go first. Appreciate you. Even before the PDFs are out. Like, you guys are incredible. So anyway, that is the current update on Recession Quest. I hope you guys love it. All right. I feel like it's about time we do some segmentation.
Ooh.
Because we got some things to cover.
We do.
We're halftime right now.
We burned a hole in our hour. We were at 30 minutes in. We've got a lot of things to cover.
Well, look, it's halftime.
Yeah. Right?
We got to talk about stories.
Yeah.
We got to talk about brags.
Uh-huh.
Then we got to give something away for free.
We have no. We got to do the wheel of choosing.
The wheel of choosing, of course. So let's do that.
Yeah.
We hop into stories.
Let's hop right into the stories. You got
All
anything?
right.
You got anything that's been tickling your fancy this week?
You know, over the weekend, I watched a few movies with my parents actually, which was fun. It's always fun to introduce your parents to stuff they've never seen before, and you kind of like try to gauge their interest.
Max
Uh,
and Molly.
and so, I was visiting home and don't get to see my parents a lot. Korgs first appeared as a statue in LOI in Volgrim's vault. Moondance Pony. That is correct. And if you are unfamiliar, my background's going to make this challenging. Oh, oh. All right, all right, all right, all right. This is worth it. This is worth it. Anything for Korgs.
Are you show up your wall?
Yeah, the blank wall that I have.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. All right. You can see this page. Volgrim's Vault, Sleeping Volgrim. You running through, and then right there, good old Korg's idol. Along with some other treasures. Like, did I miss it? Oh yeah. On one of these pages, oh here we go. We even have the Victor's wand right there from IMA.
One thing about us is we're all about draw callbacks.
We love some Easter
All
eggs.
forwards, depending on
We love some cross-pollination between different storylines.
absolutely.
All right, backspace. Anyway, good call out. You gotta keep your wits about you.
You gotta keep your wits about you.
One of my favorite Easter eggs I've ever done while we're on the topic is there is a spaceship. There's a spaceship in LOI in the night sky. I'm not going to tell you what page it's on. It's very small. It's definitely, you can see it. It's only on one page in the entire journal. And in the sky, there's just like a spaceship. And it's straight out of GOI. So, all right. I introduced my parents to Blade. That's right. With Wesley Snipes.
OG Blade?
OG Blade. I mean, yeah.
Didn't they recently make a new one?
No, he did a cameo in the Wolverine.
Oh, that's right.
I think they were gonna maybe do something new with Wesley Snipes, but I think they canceled it. But regardless, I wanted to go back and watch that first Blade movie, just the first Blade. I didn't watch two or three with them. And honestly, I had so much fun. It was cool to like see. I think that was one of the first super like Marvel superhero comic book movies. It was way before Iron Man, way before the Incredible Hulk, even. And one of the things I love about it is there's something so comic booky about that movie and almost like cheesy in a way. Um, and it's obviously very violent. I don't want to get too into the details, but I think the opening scene of that movie is one of the most iconic scenes of all time.
I don't think I've seen it.
It's the club scene where it starts raining blood.
I don't
Instead,
think I've seen the movie at all.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's something just so iconic about it, like introducing the hero that way. Like I just love it. I think it's cool. So anyway, there was that, which I'm gonna give a 8 out of 10. And then I also rewatched the movie we've both seen, Kyle. My parents hadn't seen it, but I made them watch the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare.
I liked that movie a lot.
Guy Ritchie movie. Came out last year, I want to say. Kind of flew under the radar, surprisingly, but is again also very violent. But a good movie. Very, very good movie.
You know,
yeah.
I had to look up like the movie poster for Blade just to kind of get to see if I had seen it. I have not seen it. But Blade being in the Wolverine Deadpool movie makes a lot of sense because Ryan Reynolds is in Blade. That makes so much sense.
Is Ryan Reynolds in Blade?
Yeah,
Is he in the first Blade? Really?
yeah, he's right there.
Oh, he's in the third one.
I just typed in Blade, and then I saw him. He was
I,
like, yeah,
yeah, just Blade Trinity.
and he's with Jessica Biel.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't watch that one. But obviously that's probably the connection that made the cameo in the Wolverine Deadpool movie
Yeah,
um, doable. But I only watched the first one. I heard that the first one's really good, the second one's really good, and the third one is like not great. So
yeah.
but anyway, silly movie, a lot of fun. I don't know what came out first, that or the Matrix. I feel like they stole a lot from it. Anyway, what about you?
Um,
You've been reading.
a lot of Dungeon Crawler Carl. I mean, pretty much any waking moment that I'm like by myself and I have headphones in my ear has been Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Exciting.
Obviously when I'm like working, I don't because it's hard to focus. But on a run or a walk or making dinner, DCC. It's so funny because I know him as Dungeon Crawler Carl, but I'm on the scene where he's at the panels and he's like signing autographs or whatever.
Yeah.
And they just call him Carl. And I'm like, it's Dungeon Crawler Carl. You're getting it wrong. But obviously to them, he's just Carl. But to me, he's so much more.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's interesting. Um, honestly, the NBA has been killer this week. The first round of the NBA playoffs has had a lot of stories in it. I mean, a lot of really fun things happening. So that's kind of gotten my attention.
What stories got your attention about the NBA? Because I like this approach you're taking. I like the idea of finding story, even maybe where places people wouldn't expect there necessarily be a story,
So there's a couple. First one is the Los Angeles Clippers, not the Lakers, the Clippers. Because for like the last 3 years, their best player has been like hurt. Plays 5 games, gets hurt. Plays 3 games, gets hurt. But has been playing. He's probably played 30 games now, and he's like on an absolute tear. They're looking like one of the best teams in the NBA, but they're a low seed because he didn't play all season.
Mm.
And so it's a really interesting like dynamic because you have a team that's supposed to not do that well, who has like what looks like the best player in the world right now. So that's really fun to kind of see that.
Underdog story with an even an underdog player.
Yeah, who's kind of been his voice is his name has been tarnished a little bit in the last few years because they're like sitting out games, doing all this stuff. So that's been fun to watch.
That's cool.
The other one is you have Draymond Green and Aaron Brooks. I think his name is.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he's not named that. I don't know. I might be getting mixed up with an old NBA player. But anyways, there's essentially a Draymond Green versus the younger Draymond Green.
Okay.
Because they both lead the league in technical fouls. They both lead the league in like getting ejected from games and like fights and like just being this like kind of in hockey they call it a goon, which is like that person you go in there and like their job is to like run amok essentially. And so you have two of these guys on their separate teams, and they're just kind of like causing drama everywhere they go. They're like tackling each other on the floor, and it's really interesting. It's like a lot of stuff.
Rivalry, kind of like a player rivalry almost.
Yeah, and then obviously the last one is like LeBron is in his 18th playoffs. That's crazy.
Yeah.
He's been in the playoffs for 18 years of his life. That's like a whole adult.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so it's like watching someone in the twilight of like a storied career. Whether or not they make a run or not doesn't matter. It's just like it's interesting to see like that old of a human being
Yeah.
like pursue like this thing. So a lot of really, really great narratives going on in sports.
That's great. I love that. Anyone else?
Okay, Jeffrey.
What?
Jeffrey's like, guys, spatial awareness. And I'm going to use this because you gave me the tone. I'm going to give you the tone back. Spatial awareness. Notice how the chat stopped. We're not basketball people. Well, hey, David has heard of the Clippers, so he is kind of a basketball person.
No, David made a joke about the Clippers.
Oh, dang it. I'm still bitter towards Jeffrey right now.
I can tell. Look what you did, Jeff. Now Kyle's he's all in a tizzy.
Yeah,
He's gonna need some time. He's gonna need some time to hang out.
no.
That's all
Jeffrey driving is a tizzy maker, and
right.
that
For what it's worth, Kyle, I was really proud of the way that when you started talking about sports, you didn't name any players. You didn't talk about points. You're just like underdog team making a big comeback. Everyone can relate to that. When we
yeah,
started with players and stuff, I was like, oh no, here we go. We're losing them.
yeah,
That's all right. It's all right.
it's
Hey,
okay.
there's space for any story in Story O'Clock. And I
It's
want
true.
that to be
And let
heard.
me guess, you guys have probably all seen Space Jam. That's a basketball movie.
Speaking of player rivalries, I feel like one's starting to form between you and Jeff right now as we
Yeah,
speak.
yeah.
All right. All right.
I like his brother John better. Plus
Okay.
Deere, John Deere. All right.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
No,
Okay.
I fell backwards. That was a bit of a loss on my part. I get it. I get it.
Hey, look, unlike sports, we don't keep score here. Want you to know that.
Hey, I appreciate that.
All right. Hey, thank you for attending Story O'Clock, listening to us ramble about things we're reading, sports we're watching, things that I'm showing my parents. And if you have a story you want to share, be it a book, be it a movie, nothing's too big or too small because story can be found in everything. And there's utility to it. The better we are understanding stories and interpreting them and seeing them, the better we are at writing our own. Do not miss out on a good story. It's one of the best things about being alive. Okay, let's move on to Bragg O'Clock. Enough about us. We're in here jibber jabbering. Kyle's fighting Jeff.
Yeah.
But I want to hear from you guys. We're gonna do a little thing called Bragg O'Clock. All right. Now, Bragg O'Clock has changed a little bit in recent weeks. Um, Kyle's gonna have to explain the changes that we've made. And so why don't you reinstate the rules and what the new Bragg O'Clock looks like?
So there's a few things that are different. I mean, they're all, it's pretty much the same. The most important thing is that you toss humility to the side. You just say something you're proud of about yourself. That's the most important thing. We're doing a little bit of a crossover episode with school here because we believe that Bragg should be posted for the world to see forever. And one of the problems with the chat here is that it kind of just scrolls away, and then people don't go back and read comments later. It's a whole thing. But on a post in school, that's basically etching it in stone. So every week, the winner of Free Journal Friday, the one who is chosen by the Wheel of Choosing, becomes the Bragg bearer, and they post the Bragg O'Clock thread the following week in school. So comment there, brag. People talk about not wanting to type it twice. Control C is a thing, and it's awesome. You can just but we want to see him here. Once Bragg Clock starts, Nick and I will start reading the brags until the brags no longer floweth. And upon the end of the flowing of that, the Wheel of Names will choose the next brag bearer.
Got it. All right. So, without further ado, will someone please start bragging about themselves while Kyle and I read them? That'd be great.
Yeah.
Be fantastic. And if you don't like the sound of my voice or Kyle's voice, but you still want to hear brags, and maybe you even want to respond to these people individually and in front of others, go to school.
This guy reminded me. You're supposed to say, you know what's great about me first.
Oh yeah.
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
Might be too late. Well, if you're typing out your brag right now, go to the
The beginning of the
At the beginning of the message and just type, you know why I'm great? And we'll shore it up for you. But for now, we got to get to work. Speaking of Sky, hey, you know why Sky's so great?
Let's hear it.
Do you know why? Great. Oh, you know what's great about Sky?
Let's hear
Sorry, I phrased it wrong. I kept the kids, and this is Sky's word. I kept the kids out of John's hair all week while he was fixing our bathroom. I also dealt with my son stabbing himself in the finger with a fork and managed to stay calm. Oh my goodness.
Whether a sharp fork or a strong stab. Either
Bad,
way.
bad news all around.
Yeah.
But the good news is, your kiddo has a mom who stays cool in stressful times. That's a great brag, Sky. That's some
You know
great.
what's so great about David?
Nah, what's so great about David?
David made themselves go to bingo last night and won the biggest prize.
Woo-hoo.
An all-you-can-eat dessert bar plus a gift certificate for a barbecue at an event on Sunday. Plus, I wound up with some alcohol. I'll cook with the vodka and give away the fireball. That sounds like you really won. You hit your bingo.
The sentiment, I'll cook with the vodka and give away the fireball, sounds like something that you can say for a lot of different situations.
Yeah.
I think that might be your new catchphrase, David. I don't know.
At the end of the day, I'll just probably cook with the vodka and give away the fireball.
You know what they say. You cook with the vodka, you give away the fireball.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, you know why Jenna is so great?
Let's hear it.
Because Jenna's painting of Gene Wilder came out awesome. And Jenna, I don't know if you're in school. I hope you are. And I hope that you will share because I love Gene Wilder.
Yeah. Also, goated name, Gene Wilder.
You know what? I have gotten Gene Wilder one time. Someone said I look like Gene Wilder. I don't think I do, but that's my one celebrity lookalike, I guess.
Jenna, we want to see Nick's self-portrait. So
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. If it looks like me, I'll make it my default profile picture on school. That is a promise.
I don't know. Is Wakana, is this a brag or is this a quote?
Wakana, so geez, Wakana, I can't say Wakana. Wakana posted full brag on Facebook, and so this might be a quote from it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let it be known across the realms. This week I stood tall. On Monday and Tuesday, I answered the call of sacred waters, 80 ounces each day. Like a true champion of hydration, my flask never ran dry, and neither did my resolve. Then came the cursed days, Wednesday and Thursday, when illness crept like fog through my bones. But did I yield? Nay, I rose from the depths of bed's embrace and closed my move, exercise, and stand rings at least 3 times each, while others might have fallen. A lesser soul would have rested. I endured. And on Friday, I faced the final beast. Mount Laundry, a towering pile, born of the week's neglect. With swift hands and unshakable will, I defeated every sock, shirt, and towel, restoring balance to the realm of home. So remember this, friends. Not all victories roar with swords and spells. Some are quiet, steady, and just as worthy of legend.
Wow. I mean, what an incredible brag.
Incredible brag.
I am not able to go. I'm losing the chat, so you're gonna have to read a whole bunch until I can catch up.
You're losing the plot. I get it.
Yeah.
Mag said, and this is why Mags is so great, by the way. Also, I want recognition that I read that like a voice actor.
You and Wakana really work together to make something special.
Yeah. We could chop that up later and we'll make a whole film out of it. Mag said I passed my psychology class that I was sure I was going to fail and passed with a B. That's incredible.
Fantastic.
Jeffrey found out that after a weird phone call that the lawnmower that got caught in a recall and disabled on March 14th did not get ordered and sent out. Okay.
I think there's more to the brag. I saw another.
There's a couple dots, and so we'll see if we get. Oh, so I mowed the entire lawn with a weed whacker. That's incredible. Got to have a steady hand for that.
Yeah, that is like that's mowing the lawn on hard mode right there.
Yeah. Links got their Perilous Peak journal today, and it came with stickers. I love it. I'm glad that your mystery gift was a set of stickers. That's fun.
No ball pass. Let's go. Good journal.
You know what's awesome about Victoria? They
What?
made their bed 9 mornings in a row. That's a lot of mornings.
I love that you're keeping track of it too.
Yeah. The only thing not morning is the streak.
Hey, oh.
You know what's great about Moon Dancer Pony?
What?
Their daughter is the incompetent yet very funny in their high school musical today. Their character is called Fingers. That's really funny. I like that.
Adorable.
Also, David filled out their journal page today for the first time in 2 weeks. That's
Welcome
amazing.
back.
Welcome back.
I love that, David. Thank you for sharing.
Ooh. Ali Lilia posted a brag that we're not only going to be proud of, but also jealous of. They just ordered their Switch 2 today, and they're happy about it.
Ooh, that's a good brag.
You know what's great about Terry? For kids' class on Easter, they clipped plastic eggs to their beard. That's pretty exciting.
That's fun.
Yeah. Sky said there was blood everywhere, and then he threw up a lot. I wanted to pass out. That sounds like a very vivid, like that's like a lot of things happening. I'm glad you made it through that.
A lot of bodily liquids going on.
Melissa said they survived finals week and passed all their classes with at least a B. That's amazing. Dragon Breeze Gaming, who I also believe is Amy, but I could be wrong. I'm sorry if I am.
I think you're right.
You know, so great. They have 12 images prepared for their Redbubble store. They picked out an order named Adorabits. I just need to finish the logo. I also have 52 followers on Twitch. 52 followers for Dragon Breeze Gaming and many sales for Adorabits.
Fantastic.
We got another brag from Jeffrey. Jeffrey's so great because they'll pick up their mom at the airport tomorrow for a week off of helping her find a new home.
Fantastic. I'm gonna hop in and read the. Oh, it just disappeared. Shoot.
Was
Sorry.
it Wandering Hobbits?
Keep going. No, the earliest one I could see is what was Nova Pax, and then it got pushed down.
Pondering Hobbits kept their promise to themselves and spent restful, artful nature walk with a beloved family member this week. That's beautiful. Jenna said is amazing because they were asked to collab with a quilting pixel artist. She will quilt the chosen pics and I will paint it.
That's fun. We love that.
Julie Martin held an all-day workshop on hazards in long-term care facilities for administrators and killed it. That's amazing. That's literally life-saving information. So that's awesome. You know what's so great about Mariana? I'm so sorry if I said your name wrong. They finished all my Anki cards 5 days in a row. I don't know what an Anki card is, but it sounds like something that's worth doing 5 days in a row. And you did it. Crystal Lewis said, you know what's great about me? Wednesday, I went out and socialized to make friends, even though I'm more introverted. You know, sometimes introverts are the best at making friends because they have to force themselves to get out there. Being very intentional, you know? It's a power. It's a power. Okay, I'm at Nova Pax now. You know what's great about Nova Pax? They went to a poetry event last week on short notice to see an old prof read. They chatted after, and they were both complimentary and offered to help with packets to send out to different journals.
That's fantastic.
If you get your poetry published, you gotta let us know. That's like, before you like text your family members or close friends, I want you to email us.
Yeah,
We have to be the first to know.
we're number one. We're your emergency contact.
Yeah, especially because like Nick and I are both in space right now, so it'll take a lot of time for it to get to us, and so
Yeah,
it's just the right thing to do.
it's a it's a thing.
Erica's up. Can you see Erica?
No, I'm so sorry. Now I can see Deb. I'll give you a break. I'm gonna read a few. Okay, so this is from Brian Herzog. You know what's so great about Brian? Brian said, I made the last payment on my auto loan this week. I officially own my car that is now worth half of what I bought it for. Well, hey, congratulations. You paid something off. You stuck to a whole commitment. And look, no one likes making car payments, but you don't have to do that anymore. And that's pretty cool. Another little brag here from Deb. Did my cancer screening. Yes, we all hate them, but I got it done. That's a great brag.
Boom! You forgot the boom.
Boom! You're right. A big boom from Deb. Wakana said, I drank water and survived being sick, as mentioned before.
As mentioned in our story
Mentioned
time.
in a much more exciting way by Kyle before, but it's still a brag. Okay.
I'm gonna get one just so I don't lose it. Erica started working on their yard and finally put together a cabinet for storing their yard tools. That's amazing.
Very good. Okay.
Okay, did we? I don't think we've forgotten it. I think it's everyone.
I think I see one from Links. Did you already read the?
It's an incompetent thief named Fingers.
Oh, that's the play.
That was the play.
Okay, I need to read this fast. So Links said, you know what's great about me? I did my weekly planning. I got books out for a secondhand sale. Oh, and I had it disappeared. No, it didn't. Okay. Oh, and I had an idea for a side quest that led to the cutest. Oh, now it did disappear.
Cutest robot dude I've ever seen. I also organized my board games and I made a basket of items looking for a second life. Excited to sit down and see what I can make. That sounds like fun.
Is a great use of the recession quest. I'm sorry. I very much did not pull my weight on the reading of these brags.
It's okay. I really stole the show with that one voice acting gig that I got, and I think that
it was worth
it. Was that I had to read the rest of them.
I think it was worth it, honestly.
Honestly, yeah.
Did you get Dragon Breeze Gaming? You get Amy's? You know what's great about me? Again, another brag. Amy said, I'm down 70 pounds and I'm no longer pre-diabetic. That is a hell of a brag.
That is a hell of a brag.
Kudos to you. Hopefully we got everyone. But if you didn't, or maybe you're watching this and you can't think of a brag, but you think of one later, go post in school. Let yourself be celebrated. Feel your own hand patting yourself on the back. It's a good feeling. You're doing better than you think. You know what else is a good feeling? Getting a chance to get chosen by a giant wheel.
And without further ado,
so whoever this lands on gets a free item from the Heroes Journal, but is also the brag bearer. Mariana.
Come on down.
Come on down.
Winner. A free Journal Friday, and you have been chosen by the Wheel of Names.
The Wheel of Names has chosen. The Wheel of Choosing has chosen. Mariana, you got to come on down. You got to say something in the chat so we know you're here. And we also are entrusting you with the responsibility of being the brag bearer. What does that mean? That means in the school group, next Friday, preferably in the morning, you can post the brag thread in school. We'll pin it. I think we might not be able to pin it, but we'll pay a lot of attention to it. We'll comment on it. Everyone will comment on it. They will know that you are the brag bearer. You can do whatever you want on the post. You can throw a GIF in there. You can make a video. You could paint a picture and post it in the school post. It is your time because you won Free Journal Friday. So you not only do get something for free, you also have the incredible honor of being the brag bearer. And congratulations to you because you are here. You said, oh my goodness, thank you. Mariana, congratulations. go ahead and email support@theheroesjournal.co. In other words, Kyle, and we will get you whatever you want from the website as long as it's still in stock. And yeah, thank you. Hey, thank you for attending the live stream, Little Free Journal Friday. It's different doing this in space, but I'm glad that you put up with Kyle and I, despite some of the difficulty of that.
Yeah, I really wish that I could have like a button for like a Mayday sequence in my yeah. Whoa, I gotta go.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's been fun. I really enjoyed this week. I don't have a bit for the happy questing thing. It is what it is. When you quest happy.